Good morning, dear students of class 8. Welcome to the English online learning class. Today, we are going to further continue with part 5 of the lesson from your book, It So Happened, Jalebis. Now, till now, we had done in the lesson, the narrator, when he was in 5th standard, he had gone to school to pay his school fees and he was having 4 rupees in his pocket. But the teacher who used to collect fees, Master Ghulam Mohammed, had not come that day. So he went home with 4 rupees in his pocket. Now the coins started jingling and making noise, asking him to buy jalebis and eat it. But then he resisted the temptation. Finally, when he reached home, he was again the coins urged him, and they had an alternative. They said, one of the oldest coin, that you can pay your buy jalebis from the school fees, and then the next day you are going to get scholarship money, and you can use that money for paying the school fees. Although he did not like the idea, but finally he was not able to resist the temptation. He quickly went to the sweet shop and bought 1 rupee jalebi. And those days were things one used to get very cheap. And so he got plenty of jalebis. But then when he was eating, he saw his uncle coming. So he tried to hide himself and he went inside the lane, a small lane, and he started eating. Soon his stomach was full. Now he thought of distributing the jalebis to the nearby children. Lot of children gathered and they enjoyed eating the jalebis. He felt very important and gradually he spent all his 4 rupees in distributing the jalebis. Some of the jalebis he had already eaten, but now his stomach was full. When he was returning home, he felt very uncomfortable because he had eaten lot of jalebis. But he kept quiet. The next morning, he went to school. For now, in the school, the problem arose. He did not get scholarship money. And Master Ghulam Mohammed, who used to collect fees, he said to the students that in the recess time, he would be collecting the fees. Now he had no other option but to leave the school. And he was praying to God to just spare him once and send 4 rupees to his angel so that he could pay his fees. Now we stopped here. He reached the railway station, the railway tracks, and as advised by the elders that he should not be crossing the rail tracks. But then the elders had not also never advised him to use the money that was meant for school fees for some other purpose. He was just thinking like this. Now we are going to continue further. There was a shade giving tree beside the rail tracks. I saw it and wondered whether there could possibly be a more unfortunate child than me in this world. When the coins had first created a racket in my pocket, the entire matter seemed so simple and straightforward. Eat jalebis with the fees money, then pay the fees with the scholarship money. I thought the 2 and 2 added up to 4 could never be 5. How was I to know that sometimes it added up to 5 as well? Had I known that I would get the scholarship money the next month, I would have postponed my jalebi eating program to the next month as well. Now the crime of eating a few jalebis for the first time in my life, I was absent from school and crouching in the shade of a tree in a deserted corner of the railway station. Sitting there under the tree, I felt like crying. So he was just thinking that he should not have done this thing. And this is the first time he has done. Had he waited for the next month, then things would have been different. Today he was hiding under a tree and he had bunked school. Then I felt like laughing when it struck me that the tears I was shedding were not tears but the drops of jalebi syrup. From the Jalebis, my thought went to the fees, and from the fees to Master Ghulam Muhammad cane, and from his cane I thought of God. I closed my eyes and began to pray. So he was laughing also because instead of tears, jalebi syrup was coming from his eyes. And then he remembered the fees, and then he remembered how his teacher is going to scold him, and the very thought made him remember God. And he started praying. Allah Mia, I'm a very good boy. I have memorized the entire namaz. I even know the last surahs of Quran by heart. If you wish, I can recite the entire Ayat-e-Kursi for you just now. The need of your devoted servant is only the fees money and that I ate jalebis with. So all right, I admit I made a mistake. I didn't eat them all by myself, though I fed a whole lot of children too. But yes, it was a mistake. If I had known the scholarship money would be given next month, I would never have eaten them nor fed them to others. Now you do one thing. Just put 4 rupees in my bag. If there is a paisa more than 4 rupees, I'll be very displeased with you. I promise. I never eat sweets with my money again. Then uh, let a thief punishment be my punishment. So Allah Mia, just this one. Help me out. There is no shortage of anything in your treasury. Even our chaprasi takes a whole lot of money home every month. And Allaji, after all, I'm a nephew of a big officer. Won't you give me just 4 rupees? Now he was pleading his case to God, telling him that I know the namaz very well and I pray. At the same time, he said that I know it is a mistake, but I did not eat everything myself. I distributed it to the children also. And if I had known the scholarship money I would be getting the next month, probably I would neither have eaten nor fed others. Now he just requested God to put 4 rupees in his bag. He doesn't want more money. And he said he is never going to eat jalebis with any other money meant for any other purpose again. And if he does it, he wants that he should be given punishment of a thief. But this time he requests God to help him out. And he said that there is no shortage of money in your treasury. And he starts pleading his case by saying that Allah Mia, please help me out. I am nephew of a big officer. Won't you give me just 4 rupees? So we are going to stop here and we'll be continuing the next further the next class.